People, we love to make things. To do it yourself. To DIY. In the attic, the basement, the backyard, and in front of a camera. And those camera DIYers, they've got something you'll like. From the TV studio to the studio apartment, they're making something up just for you. It's That DIY Show. Today,
it's picture perfect.
If you want to go with me, I'll be dancing on the night shift.
Magic.
Alex Hayter invites us up for a picture-perfect project.
Great question.
And Viewer's Choice has pro tips you won't want to miss.
I'm never drawing with crayons again.
Make sure if you're going to take this apart at home that you're very cautious.
And tonight on the evening news, a scientist burns down their house.
A solo upcycling experiment, a hive mind plan for printing on wood, and going behind the curtain with a creative crafter.
What I really like about marionettes is a lot of people find them creepy. They buy secondhand dolls, get some hair, they don't know what it's for, so they're probably thinking, creepo. I think it's an art form that's kind of gone to the wayside.
Metalhead marionettes, a television aquarium, and more. But first, we're off to the loft on That DIY Show.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. I'm Alex Hayter. So, what do you say? Let's turn this old wine bottle into a beautiful vase with a unique glass effect. Now, any old bottle will do, but I found this big old wine bottle kicking around my house, and I figured it'd be perfect for a vase that can hold a huge bouquet of pretty flowers. But this plain old glass, it's not gonna cut it. So, with some crayons and a little bit of artistic flair and maybe some freestyle, I'm going to create a crackle effect that will knock your cotton socks off. Let's get started. I've got a lot of things on the go here. First, I've got a big old bucket of cold water, lots of crayons, got a lighter, some acetone, thick string, and of course, my big old bottle of wine. It's unfortunately empty, but there's plenty more where that came from. First thing we're gonna do is take dark colored crayon and mark around the top of the wine bottle that I want to come off. Then I gotta take this thick string and I'm going to tie it around that mark, make a good knot. There we go. Take it off. And cut off the excess string. Then the acetone. All right, let's pour this up. Anyone who's ever done their nails would recognize this smell. It smells exactly like nail polish remover. Let's dip the string in the acetone. Get nice and saturated in there. Wiggle it around a little bit. Okay, I think we're good. And put it right back on the line. The line that I made with the crayon is more of a suggestion. With the string on, you can basically put it wherever you want, and I can see that it's pretty straight. So I'm good to go. Acetone is the fuel, and the string is the wick. So you don't want to get any of that on your hands or anywhere that you don't want to light on fire. Got my trusty glove, bottle, lighter, fire. It's a big moment. Okay. Whoa! Check that out. And I'm gonna twist it around a little bit, just so the heat disperses evenly. Dang it, it's a good flame. Oh, we're starting to go down, we're starting to go down. Oh. Thought we were done there. Doesn't want to stop. And as soon as that flame goes out, you don't waste any time. You dip it right in the cold water and just like magic. Oh yeah. Would you look at that? Kind of stinks, but that's okay. Magic. We are ready to make the vase. Check that out. But we're not out of the woods yet because we have to deal with these sharp edges. This is going to be in your house, so obviously you don't want it to be sharp. So I've got my wine bottle slash almost done vase, my trusty gloves, and sandpaper. And you don't want to push really hard, you just kind of want to scuff off the edges, because if you do push really hard, you might even chip some more glass off. We don't want that at this point. Fun fact, glass is made from sand, and now I'm sanding glass. Would you look at that? I think I'll start doing is sanding on the outside and then kind of going from top of the wine glass down towards, so I'm really rounding them off. My hand's getting tired. This is exhausting. Okay, let's see how we're doing. Now don't just, come in there hard, but if you just, lightly touch it, you'll get an idea of where you're at. Just be very, very careful. And I think I'm looking pretty good. Let's say we're done sanding. Put some glass cleaner. I'm just gonna clean this up, get any dust or remaining label from the wine bottle, get that off, make it nice and shiny and pretty. Let's get artsy and add some crackle. All my crayons still here and some clear finish. I was thinking I was going to go very colorful on this, using pinks and purples and blues, but I think I might go with black and white and gray. So first thing you have to do, start with the darkest color. Go to the bottom of your vase, start in the middle, and you're going to draw a line and all the way up to the top. And you're going to do that till you have basically covered the whole wine glass with a mark that goes straight up. You're going to do this many times. It's going to take a little while. So, put on some music. And then you're just going to go around and make a bunch of squiggles and lines. Maybe to the right, then go to the left, wherever you want. We're going to do the other process again with a lighter color. So I'm going to go with gray. Okay, I'm done. It's time to clear coat. This is what's going to lock the crayon in. So sealing the deal with this. Woo. Just kind of spin it. Make sure you're in a well-ventilated area when you do this, because this stuff does stink a little bit. Going all around the outside. I think if I was going to do this again, I wouldn't use any black. Not a huge fan of it, but it still looks really good. I would just use lighter colors, whites and grays. But I do love how this clear coat kind of gives it a bit of a foggy effect. And it looks really good. I'm pretty happy with it. I can't wait to put some flowers inside. It's a beautiful vase made of upcycled materials. I gotta say, it's picture perfect.
We've got hands and we've got plans. What more do you need? It's That DIY Show. From bright ideas all the way to dark workshops. It's That DIY Show. Ready transmission.
Aquavision! Hi, it's you? Me. I found a thing. I got an idea. A brand new TV from 1971. I don't know why anyone would ever throw this away. Those guys. We've got a bunch of supplies on hand to make a TV aquarium, or what I like to call
Aquavision.
We've got a 2x4, a piece of plywood, hinges, screws, tiny LED lights, and our aquarium.
And tonight on the evening news, a scientist burns down their house with a fire pit.
This TV features the technology called tubes. The tube is a wonderful technology that actually creates tiny people inside your TV. First, make sure if you're going to take this apart at home that you're very cautious or let a professional do it. And don't die. Step 2, take out all of the electronics. There's a little bit of glass left here in the tube. We're going to take that out. Where should I put this? Is this even the thing that I want? Well, it is the thing that I need. It's almost like a tiny little city in here. I think that's where they keep the tiny people. The next thing we need to do is get the top off. We're just gonna set this aside. If you wanted to as well, you could take out this speaker, the one that's used to hear the tiny people. You could fill it in with some seashells and listen to the ocean. Wow. This is my friend 1/4-inch Meranti plywood. We're gonna cut 3-inch strips approximately to make tiny waves. Now that we're done that, we're going to use this piece over here for our shelf to hold the aquarium up. Cutting this plywood is just so peaceful. Now I'm going to use the chop saw to chop our shelf into place. So first off, let's measure. And now for my next trick, I've got these cleats, and I'm gonna put them on either side of the TV to hold up the shelf. I need a driver. We've got some screws and some wood glue. Let's do this. Now we're gonna put the cleats onto the side. Wow, it's perfect. Got a 32-inch 2x4, structurally sound, engineer stamped and approved. I made some waves. We're gonna spray paint them blue. The next part is putting the top back on. We're gonna need a driver. We'll need some hinges. I also built a jig. It's gonna help me hold up the top because I work alone. Wow, look at that. Looks exactly like the ocean. Ta-da! Waves! Now I just have to put this aquarium in here. And done! I've got some little LED lights here. They have a sticky on the back of them, and they will easily stick on the inside of my aquarium. All right, let's fill it up. mission accomplished. I feel pretty great about this project. Some things that were a bit scary was the TV part, taking it out and make sure that I didn't get overwhelmed with toxic gas. Some things I really love about this project are these sick waves in the front that I cut. And all of my little fishies are gonna be so at home with the wonderful LED lights.
Everyone can create, but we can all use a little bit of inspiration. It's That DIY Show.
Hey, Viewer's Choice. Have you ever stepped on a crayon in the middle of the night? It's terrible. My niece loves to color, but her crayons end up everywhere. I'm looking for a quick storage solution that keeps them organized and accessible. Got any suggestions?
Great question, but no. I have no idea what that feels like. But if I try it out, maybe I'll get some inspiration. Ow! Oh, that does hurt. That happens to you every day? I see what you're talking about. Luckily, I have a super simple solution that's going to keep those crayons within reach, but not within the reach of the soles of your feet. All we need is some hardwood, because hardwood is awesome, some glue, because it's necessary, and a drill press, because it's fast. All right, we got 3 pieces of wood here. We got some babinga, some maple, and some paduk. And head over to the table saw and rip them down to about 3 inches. Oh, those fresh cuts smell great. Let's chop them down now to about 12 inches. Just a little squiggle of glue. Now I'll smooth it with my finger to spread it all around. Put the middle one in. Then we do it all over again. Smooth it out like how you spread mayonnaise on your bread. That's how you do it, right? That's how I do it. And then you toss on the top piece of bread, or wood in our case. Now we could clamp this, or we could use some weight. Now let's balance that right on top. Once it's nice and straight, you just leave it. Find something else to do for an hour or 2. You know what? I haven't played with crayons in a while. Maybe I should make a little art project while I wait. I just happen to have a little project set up right here. Heat, wax, art. We have a molten river of wax. Woo, it's getting smoky. I'm never drawing with crayons again. This is totally the most fun way to play with them. Glue set. Nice and sturdy. Time to mark some holes. I'm gonna lay down a layer of painter's tape that will prevent blowout when we use the drill press. The important thing is to mark out all of your holes on the top of this block with enough room so you can fit all the crayons in your pack, every color you want, without them running into each other. Let's head over to the drill press and knock these out. In order to finish this thing off, we need to finish it. And since a kid's gonna be using this, we should use something that's non-toxic. Just a little bit of beeswax that you can pick up at a farmer's market and some mineral oil. You just double boil it until the wax becomes a liquid. You add enough oil to cut it down enough, and you set it aside until it turns into a nice paste. And once it's a paste, it's simple, just rub it on with a rag and wipe off the excess. It's time for the best part. It's time to load this bad boy up with some crayons. And this is really important, so I'm gonna start with my favorite color, orange. That's nice. We've got all these great tools in this workshop, but you don't need all that to tackle any of these projects at home. So if you're looking for inspiration, track down the Viewer's Choice team on the street and submit your question. I'm always happy to help.
Around the world and right around the corner, DIYers and master crafters have something to show and a story to tell.
I'm Darren Morash and I carve custom wooden marionettes. A marionette is a wooden puppet on strings. You can manipulate the strings to move the arms, to move the legs, the head, the mouth. I can add strings to make it do whatever it needs. What I really like about marionettes is a lot of people find them creepy. When someone tells me you're creepy, they think it's an insult. I take it as a compliment, because if it looks enough like a person that it's creeping them out, that kind of makes me a little happy. About 20 years ago, I was going out with a girl who wanted a marionette for Christmas, so I went out looking for them. I found one. The head was just a wooden ball with a face painted on it, and I thought, I could probably make something better than that, so I tried. I think she really liked it because she inevitably kept it and dumped me. So I carved a few more, and then I realized I could use them to meet people. And I'm a big rock guy. That's what my thing is. So that was my ultimate goal, was just to meet bands. Rush, Ozzy, Judas Priest, Kiss. There's so many I can't even think of. The first band that I met was Cheap Trick. I made a couple of puppets of them. So I went down to meet them, and the guitar player, he said, "What do you do for a living?" I said, "Well, I work at a dead-end job that I hate." He said, "Well, you shouldn't. You should be doing this." A week passed, and I got an email, "Can you get a couple more made for us?" And I said, "Of course I could." Flash forward to about a year, Cheap Trick has a new video out. It's just the puppets. And that was where I said, maybe these are good enough that I could actually make a career selling them. Do you want to come in and see how I make them? Got it here on my bandsaw. This is my baby. Oh, listen to that hum. After everything is cut out, I gotta take it over here to my disc sander. This is where I shape everything. Got a head there. After I get the head rounded, this is where the real carving comes in. I gotta draw features onto the puppet's head. The head is the most important part. This is what makes somebody know who it's gonna be. If I'm doing Iron Maiden ones, I'll listen to Iron Maiden. If I'm doing Motorhead, I'll listen to Motorhead. It gets me in the zone. He'll eventually go from something like that, and then it'll end up something like this. After they're all carved out, then I gotta paint them. We'll do the entire head in flesh tone. Then I'll put in some browns and some whites. Then I'll do some fine detailing on the eyes, get some hair, put hair on. Almost my last stop before I put them all together. Where I get hair is I buy secondhand dolls. They know me pretty well at the secondhand stores. I'll go up and it'll be like, "Oh, there's the guy who buys all the naked Barbie dolls," whatever. They don't know what it's for, so they're probably thinking, "Creepo." What I like about doing this is the ability to meet people and to get my art out there. I think it's an art form that's kind of gone to the wayside, and I'm trying to make people notice it again. And I think I have. I see my work different places, and that always excites me.
If you wanna go with me, I'll be dancing on the night shift.